8A OHA, the 3 non-appealable areas. If your 8A application has been denied by the SBA and again denied on its reconsideration, you are permitted to file an Office of Hearings and Appeals, OHA, appeal. There are times when this makes sense, and there are times when the firm is better off waiting a year required to reapply. This is because there are 3 areas in which the OHA will not hear an appeal, as they do not have jurisdiction over the denial, so the SBA will win the appeal every time based on a lack of OHA jurisdiction. These areas are: 1. The application qualifier is determined by the SBA not to be a U.S. citizen. 2. One of the applicant firm's owners or managers is determined to not meet the SBA standards for having good moral character. Or 3, the firm does not meet the SBA's potential for success threshold. I'm going to discuss each of the 3. First, citizenship. For the most part, this first issue is straightforward. Either the applicant is a U.S. citizen or they're not. Good character. If any owner of the firm or key manager of the firm is found not to have good moral character, the firm will be declined. This is different from the social disadvantage and the economic disadvantage thresholds, where it is only the applicant qualifier that is considered for those criteria. I will list some examples that I have seen cause a denial for the SBA's inability to determine the individual's good moral character. Adverse information regarding criminal conduct, violation of any SBA regulations, debarred or suspended firms, debarred or suspended persons, submission of false information during the application process or after approval, if they determine that the business lacks business integrity, legal issues such as indictments, guilty pleas, convictions, judgments, settlements, that kind of stuff. If you are currently indicted or on parole or probation, either pretrial or following a conviction for a felony or any criminal involving business integrity. Potential for success. In general, to demonstrate potential for success, the firm must be in business in its primary industry classification for at least 2 full years, evidenced by tax returns, immediately prior to the date of its 8A application. In addition, the firm must also have other characteristics as well as being currently profitable, have a positive net worth, have access to capital, have technical knowledge in its primary industry. The 51% owner must have the licenses or certifications needed to run the business. The applicant qualifier must be full-time devoted to the firm. There must be a federal market in which to serve its products or services. If the firm does not have 2 years in business, then the firm must be able to demonstrate that the owner of the firm has substantial business management experience in the industry in which the firm is applying. The firm also needs to show that it has been successful by having a substantial amount of revenue, generally over $160,000, as well as being profitable. When a firm needs a 2-year waiver in order to apply, the SBA is more thorough in its analysis and its determination of this potential for success. Because these 3 items are not subject to OHA appeal, it is very important that a firm meet the SBA thresholds in these areas prior to submitting their 8A application. I have seen many cases where the SBA, in an initial denial, lists multiple reasons for the denial, some of which they could have easily resolved, but they didn't bother because they had already determined they were denying the application. This results in more complicated reconsiderations than necessary had the SBA cleared up the additional issues. But most importantly, it makes resolving these issues, such as potential for success, critical in the reconsideration. I have seen many reconsideration denials where the firm is not able to go on to appeal on the real issue of its eligibility, such as social disadvantage, where the firm would have a good chance of winning that appeal because the firm was not able to win some other minor issue, such as potential for success in that reconsideration. Ultimately, it is critical to adequately address all issues in a reconsideration, as any of the three I've discussed will prevent an OHA appeal, and the SBA regularly does not work to eliminate secondary issues in the initial or the reconsideration denials.
Thanks for watching. To further evaluate you and your firm's potential application, you can go to our website and use our pre-qualification tool, or give us a call. In about 10 minutes, we can give you a good assessment of your application.